who can possibly dethrone Roman Reigns. Sasha Banks sends goodbyes to WWE, Triple H, and Vince McMahon. Seth Rollins gonna miss WrestleMania. After recent injury, John Cena's return and Uncle Howdy boost WWE Smackdown to its best viewership in 2 years. Triple H set to repackage Bobby Lashley. Cody Rhodes WWE WrestleMania 39 update. Fans no longer care about Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, and others amid poor WWE Raw ratings. Let's jump right into it. Sasha Banks sends goodbyes to WWE, Triple H, and Vince McMahon. Former Raw Women's Champion Sasha Banks recently took to social media to send a series of messages to WWE and her former bosses, Triple H and Vince McMahon. It has been heavily rumored that the former Raw Women's Champion will make her New Japan Pro Wrestling debut at Wrestle Kingdom 17 on January 2, 2023. It has also been speculated that she will appear on AEW Dynamite on January 11th as Saray's mystery partner. The Legit Boss and her former tag team partner Naomi haven't been seen on WWE programming since they walked out of Raw in May last year. They were suspended by the company, and the former women's champion was reportedly released from her contract. Heading into this year's Wrestle Kingdom event, Sasha Banks took to Twitter to send out multiple tweets thanking WWE, Triple H, Vince McMahon, William Regal, her fans, the WWE Universe, and the characters she portrayed in the company. It has recently been reported that her close friend Bayley will be at Wrestle Kingdom 17 to support her, but the Damage Control member is not expected to make an on-screen appearance. Naomi is also expected to attend the event as well. Do you think Sasha Banks will join AEW? Sound off in the comments section below. Backstage reaction in WWE to Sasha Banks signing with NJPW. Sasha Banks' potential signing with NJPW reportedly caught a lot of people in WWE off guard. Ever since walking out of WWE during an episode of Monday Night Raw, there has been no talk of her returning to the promotion. However, fans still hoped that Banks would make her WWE return under the new regime someday. That didn't happen, even though her name was mentioned a few times on television. In fact, it was reported that the former women's champion would make an appearance at NJPW's biggest show of the year, Wrestle Kingdom 17. Fightful Select is now reporting that Sasha Banks' deal with NJPW caught some of the WWE writers off guard even though the agreement was made in November. One writer also informed Fightful that they thought WWE would get Sasha back by the Royal Rumble, but now it doesn't look like that's happening. Earlier, it was reported that Naomi also arrived in Tokyo ahead of Banks' Wrestle Kingdom appearance. PW Insider is now reporting that WWE superstar Bayley will also be there backstage to show her support for her former rival. Varnado will have some personal support at the event, even if not seen on camera. The word we heard making the rounds last night, which we confirmed this morning, is that Varnado's longtime friend and top on-screen partner and nemesis Bayley will be in Tokyo this Wednesday. We still don't know in what capacity Banks will appear at NJPW Wrestle Kingdom. We also don't know if this is a one-time appearance or if she has signed a multi-year deal with the company. We will have to wait and see what the future holds for Sasha Banks. What do you think Banks' role will be at Wrestle Kingdom 17? Sound off in the comments section. Seth Rollins gonna miss WrestleMania after recent injury. The wrestling world has reacted to Seth Rollins breaking his silence after seemingly suffering an injury on WWE Raw. Austin Theory successfully defended the United States Championship against Rollins on this week's Raw. Post-match footage of Rollins suffering an injury surfaced online as the referee threw the X sign. Taking to Twitter, the former Universal Champion sent a three-word message, hinting that he might be sidelined long-term. Fans reacted to the tweet by showing their concern for Rollins. Rollins previously suffered a long-term knee injury back in 2015 during a house show in Dublin, Ireland. Upon his return, he used the same redesign. Rebuild, reclaim motto. Corey Graves was also seen rushing to the ring to help Rollins. He also has a lot of history, with the WWE star having crossed paths with him previously. NJPW star Will Ospreay recently invited Seth Rollins to Japan for a blockbuster match between the two men. In an exclusive interview with Sportskeeda Wrestling, Ospreay mentioned that the issues between him and Rollins have been resolved. I think it will be good. I mean, obviously all the smoke is clear between myself and Seth, but there's always that desire that wants to see two guys that beat the crap out of one another. So, if Seth's got bit of an issue, then I've got bit of an issue. So, he's more than welcome to come over to Japan, he said. Rollins has been feuding with Austin Theory for months. At Survivor Series War Games, he dropped the United States Championship to the young WWE star in a triple threat match, also involving Bobby Lashley. It now remains to be seen if Rollins has suffered a serious injury or if he will be fit for WrestleMania 39. Do you think Seth Rollins will be able to make it to WrestleMania 39, or will he be sidelined from the show? Sound off in the comments section below. John Cena's return and Uncle Howdy boost WWE SmackDown to its best viewership in 2 years. The final WWE SmackDown of 2022 saw a big boost in the ratings thanks to John Cena's return to the ring. Big match: John teamed up with Kevin Owens to battle undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn of the Bloodline in the main event. Cena and Owens picked up the victory and celebrated with the crowd at the Amalie Arena in Tampa as Friday's show went off the air. According to Brandon Thurston of WrestleNomics, this past Friday's edition of the Blue Brand garnered 2.629 million viewers. SmackDown also scored a 0.64 in the key 1849-year-old demographic. Brandon Thurston added that it was the highest-rated episode of SmackDown since the Christmas Day episode in 2020, which had an NFL game leading into the show. Last Friday's SmackDown had its largest audience total since the October 11, 2019 episode, which was only the second edition of the Blue Brand on Fox. John Cena's epic return to the company wasn't the only thing of note that happened on Friday. Charlotte Flair also made her triumphant return and captured the SmackDown Women's Championship from Ronda Rousey. The baddest woman on the planet had just successfully defended her title against Raquel Rodriguez, but the Queen challenged Ronda to an impromptu title match. Ronda couldn't resist and Flair quickly won the match after hitting a big boot to Rousey's face. Elsewhere on the card, Solo Sikoa defeated Sheamus and the Bloodline attacked after the bell. Drew McIntyre also returned to save the Celtic Warrior. McIntyre has been out of action since WWE Survivor Series. A very bizarre segment kicked off Friday's show. LA Knight confronted Bray Wyatt, but the two were once again interrupted by Uncle Howdy. Everyone expected the mysterious figure to attack Knight, but he opted to beat Bray Wyatt down instead as LA Knight was confused ringside. Wyatt and Knight are scheduled to battle in a pitch-black match at Royal Rumble on January 28th. John Cena was able to preserve his streak of wrestling in at least one WWE match a year by competing on the December 30th episode of SmackDown. It will be interesting to see if Cena and Uncle Howdy will compete in the men's Royal Rumble match later this month. Who would you like to see John Cena battle at WWE WrestleMania 39? Do you have a guess on the identity of Uncle Howdy? Let us know in the comments section below. Triple H set to repackage Bobby Lashley. Chief Content Officer Triple H has made several alterations to WWE programming since taking over the company's creative responsibilities. As per the latest reports, one of the changes in the near future could include repackaging former WWE Champion Bobby Lashley. The Almighty has been presented as an unstoppable force under Triple H's regime. He even took Brock Lesnar to his limits during their match at Crown Jewel and had the last laugh after the bout despite suffering a loss. He was also in the reckoning for the United States title in a feud against Seth Rollins. Lashley is currently on the sidelines after being fired by Adam Pearce a few weeks ago. The Raw superstar lost his temper and put his hands on multiple WWE officials, which led to Pearce firing him. He has, however, competed on the live circuit during the recent holiday tour house shows, and Pearce has made it clear that Lashley was not fired. The former WWE champion could return to TV programming with a different attitude. As per the latest reports from PW Insider, there have been discussions about turning Bobby Lashley heel. It remains to be seen how the Almighty will fare as a heel after being well received by fans as a babyface. However, following some vicious attacks on Mustafa Ali and Rollins, it can be argued that Lashley has been teasing a heel turn for a while. Reports of Bobby Lashley's heel turn have come to light after the Hurt Business reunion tease on Raw. This week's edition of Raw saw MVP talking with former group members Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin backstage during Damage Control's walk to the ring. Adam Pearce was also present with the trio, as they were seen having a serious discussion backstage. MVP was instrumental in the heel faction's first run, and if Monday's segment is anything to go by, the group could be back together soon. However, it should be noted that MVP and Bobby Lashley have been rivals in the recent past after the veteran betrayed the Almighty to side with Omos. If the former WWE champion is to side with the Hurt Business once again, he will have to forget his past relations with the Nigerian giant. There's also the possibility of Omos replacing Lashley in the group and becoming the focal point. It will be interesting to see what Triple H has in store for them. What do you make Triple H turning Bobby Lashley heel and reuniting the Hurt Business? Let us know in the comments section below. Cody Rhodes WWE WrestleMania 39 update. WWE has hinted yet again that Cody Rhodes will return soon, with the popular performer now appearing in WWE WrestleMania 39 advertising. Rhodes has been out since June 2022, recovering from surgery to repair a ripped pectoral muscle during training. He last competed on June 5th at the Hell in a Cell PLE when he faced Seth Rollins in the main event while injured. After Rollins attacked him, the American Nightmare was removed from TV the following night on Raw. He recently returned to television, appearing via video call on the December 26th edition of the Red Brand. During the segment, Rhodes indicated that he doesn't plan to reignite his rivalry with Rollins when he returns to action. Make no mistake about it, Seth and I are not chummy, we're not best friends. But Seth Rollins is one of the top 3 wrestlers in the entire world. 3 matches, not just 1 but 3 matches was an honor. Again, we're not best friends. We don't exchange Christmas cards, but there's a bond by battle there with Seth and myself. I know he's probably clamoring for a 4th match. I don't know if that's on my radar, Cody said. Now that the American Nightmare has moved on from the Visionary and is targeting the Tribal Chief, WrestleMania 39 would be the ideal venue for that moment. Rhodes left WWE in 2016 to pursue a career on the independent circuit, where he appeared in nearly every major promotion. The American Nightmare thrived on his ventures and even assisted Tony Khan and the Young Bucks in the formation of AEW. The American Nightmare's return to WWE was very emotional for him, and he claimed he never imagined it would be possible. Cody Rhodes has proclaimed that he aspires to attain the one accolade that eluded his father and become WWE Champion. His reappearance continues to astound him. The former AEW EVP demonstrated his dedication and respect for the company by fighting inside Hell in a cell with a torn pectoral muscle. Rhodes is still out of commission, and it's unclear when he'll be back. What do you think about Cody's return? Let us know in the comments. Fans no longer care about Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, and others amid poor WWE Raw ratings. Vince Russo has provided his theory on why the ratings for WWE Raw seem to have gone down every week. Speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's latest edition of Legion of Raw, Russo stated that people who generally don't tune in for Raw wouldn't care about top stars like Roman Reigns and others. He further mentioned that the numbers would continue declining if WWE kept catering. Keep catering to the people already watching the show. Not one person not watching the show is going to care about Kevin Owens and Reigns. Not one person is going to care about Sami Zayn. Keep catering and the number will go down week after week, said Russo. Speaking on Legion of Raw, Vince Russo mentioned how WWE hasn't built up any credible challengers who could dethrone Roman Reigns. He mentioned that the company has a deep roster of 50 to 75 stars but was critical of the poor writing. Russo said, "There should be at least one guy now that you believe could beat Roman Reigns. They don't have that. Think about that. You've got a roster of 50 to 75 guys and you don't have that one guy on the roster that may be the guy. Not one. How many times again, bro, when this was written correctly, and you know Hogan's the champion and you had your eye on that other guy. Here's the Warrior shaking the ropes. Nobody's touching him, nobody's coming close. Here's Savage on the freaking run. Nothing. That's bad writing, bro. It is horrible writing." Roman Reigns is expected to face Kevin Owens in a title match at some point in the near future. A feud between the two men has been going on for weeks. What is your take on Russo's remarks? Sound off in the comments below. Who can possibly dethrone Roman Reigns? Former WWE head writer Vince Russo believes no one in the company has been booked to be a viable challenger for Roman Reigns. The Tribal Chief has been on the run for a lifetime since 2020. He has not been pinned in over 1,000 days and is on the most dominant championship run of the modern era. Speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's Legion of Raw, Vince Russo highlighted that WWE hasn't built anyone strong enough to look like a formidable opponent for Reigns. He also mentioned how in the past every champion had an equally strongly booked challenger. There should be at least one guy now that you believe could beat Roman Reigns. They don't have that. Think about that, bro. You've got a roster of 50 to 75 guys and you don't have that one guy on the roster that may be the guy. Not one. How many times again, bro, when this was written correctly, and you know Hogan's the champion and you had your eye on that other guy. Here's the Warrior shaking the ropes. Nobody's touching him, nobody's coming close. Here's Savage on the freaking run. Nothing. That's bad writing, bro. It is horrible writing. Cody Rhodes has been booked very strongly ever since making his return to the Stanford-based promotion last year. The American Nightmare managed to defeat Seth Rollins in all 3 matches between them. Rhodes' star status was further boosted when he managed to pick up a victory over the Visionary inside Hell in a cell despite suffering a torn pectoral before the match. The bout between the two was also voted as WWE's Match of the Year 2022. After returning to WWE at WrestleMania, Cody Rhodes made it clear that he's back to win the one prize that has eluded him throughout his career, the WWE Championship. The former AEW star is also backed by legends like Ric Flair, and Matt Hardy is the one who can usurp Roman Reigns. Cody Rhodes is currently on the sidelines after undergoing surgery for a torn pec. He's expected to return to action soon and could win the upcoming Royal Rumble to kickstart the journey to accomplish his lifelong dream. Do you think the American Nightmare will be the one to finally defeat Roman Reigns? Sound off in the comments below.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me